I gotta do it, man.
If I told you a month ago that Drishyam 2 is going to be on the verge of becoming a blockbuster and Bhedia is going to struggle to keep up with the wave caused by the Hindi remake, you would assume that I was absolutely tripping and had lost any sense of objectivity regarding the film industry. It is true that we get so consumed with watching so much of content and assume that our little bubble of discussions where we all are well versed with the content getting produced in different languages is something that is the case with even the masses. The reality is that everyone sporadically watches movies in theaters and are not crazy cinema enthusiasts like me and you. Drishyam, the Hindi film that released in 2015, had a huge fan base. There was anticipation of how Vijay Salgankar's story would progress. There was a small percentage in the Hindi belt that was aware of Drishyam 2 and its digital release, and how George Kutty formulated the perfect plan for the sequel. A lack of availability of its Hindi dub and a case of a tightly knit storyline being remade with a stellar cast in absolutely menacing form, especially the inclusion of Akshay Khanna, has formulated this lightning in a bottle with Drishyam 2 that is just not planning to stop anytime soon. The wave that it has caused in the Hindi speaking belt and especially Maharashtra is unprecedented, and it just tells you that me, you, and even industry people cannot really foreshadow many things, and especially can't to the T narrow down on how the audience reacts to content. I'm going to be exploring spoilers for both the films, so you have been warned that Drishyam 2 and Bhedia storyline will be discussed in this video. The very fact that I heard visible cheers and claps the moment it was revealed that Vijay had orchestrated each move to be ultimately written in the book that he was developing as a movie just showcased what a well-crafted climax can do for a film. The reason why I say the success of the film is unprecedented is because Bollywood thrillers usually don't get such a unanimous support and love. Even knockout thriller films like Andhadhun, Mardani 2 or Ittifaq crawl towards the 100 crore mark or don't even come close to it. But we're looking at a growth of a thriller like never seen before. I genuinely feel happy for an actor like Ajay Devgan who really got an underwhelming response with both Runway 34 and Thank God, and while it was pretty much anticipated with a lackluster script like Thank God, I think he did deserve some more love with Runway 34. I guess Drishyam 2 has more than compensated for the blips this year. While one does celebrate in merry regarding the reaction towards the film, I think it's important to acknowledge the stellar work Jeetu Joseph did in extending the franchise, rather than just cashing in on a popular title for the sake of it. What's also transpired with this unstoppable wave of Drishyam 2 is the business and hype of Bhedia has reached a tortoise-like pace, something nobody envisioned when the trailer of an exciting horror comedy dropped. I want to get the point out of the way that Bhedia mostly did work for me, but there was this void as a movie lover, noticing the lost opportunities that the writers just did not tap into. Let's get into the nitty gritties of what exactly I'm talking about. Let's also not pretend as if I on this channel wholeheartedly showered Brahmastra just with love. I've not only roasted the screenplay but highlighted the cringeworthy dialogues and the flower pot-like role that was assumed by Alia's character. For both films, the novelty still remains that something new is being produced by Hindi cinema and needs support and love, but that shouldn't be the only reason why you don't highlight several of the storyline's issues and what could have made it soar to become exceptional rather than just an admirable attempt. First, I want to get several positives out of the way before I get accused of not promoting original content. I loved the physicality that Varun Dhawan brought to the role, an absolute abandonment to the universe that was visibly clear. I think one of the biggest highlights of the film was Abhishek Banerjee's comic timing, and tying his character to the world of Stree was really inventive. Finally, I do commend the visual effects of the film, the computer-generated Bhedia, especially in the climax battle, never coming across as an element jarring to the environment and the people that it interacts with. But let's get into the finer details. I think one of the main reasons why there is not a resounding love for Bhedia but a cautionary appreciation for its attempt is its several subplots that are left unexplored in the film. You get introduced to the film with Kriti Sanon's origin story, which becomes abundantly clear from the little girl's hairstyle. Sharat Kelkar seems to be a threat to the forest and the tribe that Kriti belongs to, and eventually gets attacked by the Bhedia. Kriti is almost in an extended cameo of sorts in this film, and I think the film, on the contrary, really should have explored her origin story, the atrocities that were caused to her tribe that has led to her strong connection with the forest, what was specifically Sharad Kelkar doing that he was attacked by the Bhedia, and more importantly, I think this was the main point, why is the Bhedia the chosen savior of the forest? The climax and Kriti's loss would have had a far greater impact than it did in the movie if these subplots were explored. This would have also led to the social commentary of the environment being protected against human intervention and development when Kriti confronts Varun to have a far greater impact. The climax eventually transforms to just become any other action sequence. But to emotionally resonate with Kriti and her journey, it would have been ideal if one knew what she underwent versus just to assume that it was traumatic. One of the biggest arguments to defend this point is that people are talking about how these themes will get explored in the sequel or the prequel to Bhedia, but it's important to acknowledge that you need to give more to the audience to build the excitement for future installments. And other than a Stree Bhedia face-off, which I'm totally game for, I think Kriti's character was just a missed opportunity and barely explored, which led to the climax not being as emotionally hard-hitting as it should have been, as one Bhedia passes the baton to the other. I still loved most of it, but it's important to come clean and honest with you guys regarding the content in Bhedia and to acknowledge how it could have been a way more polished balance of comedy and drama than what eventually transpired. And that was the video, guys. Write down your spoiler-filled thoughts regarding Bhedia and Drishyam 2's success. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.